do you really think after all that Kevin Owens and Sami had to go through to take the titles off of Jimmy and Jay at WrestleMania, that they would just have them drop the titles to the Judgment Day at Payback?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
I,
They're the stronger faction. It's KO and Sami don't need the titles. It's all about having that's we'll say that symbolic stature uh over the locker room. And when you have the titles, especially in a group like all the titles, including the Money in the Bank, you just have that little bit more swagger that makes you feel a lot more important. That's kind of what they're portraying with the Judgment Day. With this case, that if you put all the titles on them, you have Dom doing his little thing in NXT, Mommy's running the women's division, and then you have Senor Money in the Bank, who could be a double champ anytime he wants, but he's okay with just being the tag champ with his buddy Finn. Or he might get sick of it, whatever, doesn't want it, and only did it so that JD and Finn could be the champs, and he could be just Mr. Money in the Bank and then cash in. Like, the point of my rambling is that by putting the titles on them, it gives them a lot more to do with Judgment Day to keep them on top rather than just keeping KO and Sami with the titles so that you can potentially get a fantasy booking of DIY versus pretty much Ring of Honor boys.
Well, and I think that we've talked about it since they won the titles, that it's been a very like unexciting title reign.
Yeah.
Like
No,
it hasn't been, and it's not necessarily their fault, obviously, but like I feel like the value of the tag titles isn't nearly what it was at WrestleMania, where it was such this monumental moment that they finally took down the Bloodline and they won the tag titles from the longest reigning tag team champions ever. But since then, they don't feel like that big anymore. So I guess it wouldn't be a bad idea for them to take the titles off. And like you said, I think that there's more for them to do with Judgment Day and the tag titles than there is with KO and Sami, because then you also look at what they're doing in the tag division in general right now. Okay, they have the New Day baby faces. Then there's Riddle and Drew McIntyre right now, baby faces.
Kind of back.
Yeah, so it's like, if they're supposed to be two of the number one contenders, kind of, other than the Viking Raiders, I mean, it's not impossible to have them go against KO and Sami, but it's not ideal from a business standpoint, because obviously, you don't want them you don't want to split the audience, but
no, I couldn't agree more.
I do think that would be amazing. I would be very excited. I'm trying just not to.
And then you can have the Judgment Day run through the tag division to legitimate. I don't know. You can go so many.
Well, and that's what we even talked about that. We were saying that was the easiest way to get them all to have a championship.
I think we did have a video about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like they should be. I mean, we didn't consider at that time Dominic, because we were including.
Oh, we were giving him the.
We were giving him a title because we didn't consider NXT.
I mean, I don't even think. Yeah, we should have walked a little bit farther outside the box.
Well, we said that though. We were talking about, like, if he were to get a title, it would have to be like a tag team championship, or he would have to do something in NXT. We didn't say North American, but I think that we were saying it would have to be NXT, because I don't think he could just be handed like.
We're in the ballpark. If you're playing darts, we didn't hit bullseye, but we're in that red area.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.